New information into a story we first told you about last week involving this overturned SUV on Phillips Highway, seen here through Sky 4. Police used a pit maneuver on the SUV to keep two carjacking suspects from getting away. Well, today we learned that both suspects are teens. News4 Jax reporter Eric Avenu has been following this investigation, joining us live now from downtown, where police say that carjacking actually happened.
Yeah, Kent, Jacksonville police say that carjacking happened in broad daylight near this downtown intersection of Ocean Street and Orange Street. The victim told officers that he was flagged down by one of the suspects. And he says that when he stopped here on Ocean Street, he says that's when the second suspect approached him. He says before he knew it, he was being held at gunpoint.
When we first reported this crash on Phillips Highway near University Boulevard last week, we only knew it involved a Jacksonville police officer performing a pit maneuver on a vehicle reported stolen during an armed carjacking. And we could clearly see a gun believed to be used during the carjacking being removed from the wreckage. And we knew the two people who were in this SUV were detained. 5 days later, we learned the two people who were detained were later arrested and charged with armed carjacking, and both suspects are teenagers, a 16 and 17-year-old. According to this arrest report, 3 hours prior to the crash, a male driver was flagged down by one of the boys near the intersection of Ocean Street and Orange Street. The driver told police when he stopped, the second teenager approached him. The victim told police he was held at gunpoint and both boys took possession of his SUV. The report says the boys first drove the victim to an abandoned home on Dixon Street. It's unclear what happened at this location because details were omitted from the report. Then they reportedly drove around the block and forced him out of the car in this area of Detroit Street before driving off in his SUV. Police say the victim walked to the corner of Detroit and Commonwealth where a pedestrian allowed him to use a cell phone to call 911. Police issued a BOLO, or be on the lookout, alert for a stolen Hyundai SUV with temporary tags. 3 hours later, on the other side of town, police located the stolen SUV and forced it to crash before taking the boys into custody at gunpoint.
Now, detectives say during their investigation, they discovered Instagram messages between the victim and one of the suspects. However, details into those messages were redacted from the arrest report. Reporting live downtown, Eric Avenu, Channel 4, the local station.
Eric, thanks.